that they can be fixed, and like talking about with Wojtek about how we fix them and navigating that whole thing. Speaking of the Giveth.1, I've been trying to mostly ignore it because I think it's a huge waste of everybody's time, because I would say there's a less than 50% chance that Giveth.1 exists in February. So trying to ignore that the best that I can, while still responding to some DApp roadmap stuff, which Michael and I will probably have some good talks on about and made some posts. Also have been still researching the token bonding curves curation market stuff with Jeff, watching the calls, and really excited to have Jeff in Thailand, so that should make big strides this week and next week. Yaler and Bowen trying to navigate.
Thank you. That's very kind. I would like to... The thing is, I was actually under the impression it would not be a rather long meeting. I did not check out all the outcomes, but you know, usual rules apply. Like, the conflict resolution thing is something that's not like it's not a yes or no thing, so it's already kind of optional. And like, if you want to talk about it, the naming, I think we can drop. I think I would love to talk about the donation splitting thing.
Okay.
Awesome. As that seems to be the most controversial one here.
Yeah.
With one
disagree. Yeah. Did everyone actually went, right? Okay, cool. Wow, we have a small meeting actually. Okay, cool. So yeah, first on the docket, then 285F. What are we gonna do? We recently got anonymous donation. I think that there's talk of creating a blog post, but that's a separate idea. It's definitely something we want to do. But the tension is, hey, we got this ether, now what, right? And the proposal is to split it down the middle, to give 142.5 ether to the Giveth DAC for immediate donations, keeping most of it as ether, and converting some of it to DAI, just because we'll need some DAI as well in that account.
From my side, because thank you. So, like I said, or like I wrote in Vimeo, I think it's to start talking about this. I don't know if the proposal as it stands is something that like should be considered for the future as well. I think it's good for now. I think it's actually really about the question, can we do something else with our donations than just plainly accepting them? Or how actually, what happens to the nations? That's one of the questions we try to solve with the circles and the budgets for the circles. And I think Bowen asked then if this is the end of the circle splitting. And so my comment is that for me, it's good for this one thing. We should take this as a chance to have a rule about incoming funds, and maybe have this not be the last proposal. I feel like I would like to do the same as with the DAI proposal and escalate it a little, but with this one, timing is also critical. So I think my final thing is like, I would approve this, but I hope we can continue right away with making a policy around this, so we don't have to have decisions next time that hold us up in time. And I give it to Michael.
Sorry, my mute was on. Yeah, I mean, I think it seems to make sense. It seems to be a fair balance between everything. So on that front, it seems to make sense. I like Kai's idea of getting some kind of policy around this down the road. So as you say, you don't have to always maybe do a Lumio, but you know, every time there may be different circumstances as well. So that has to be taken into consideration. But Nothing. I have nothing major to add, and I'll pass it to Chris.
Yeah, nothing major to add either.
Chris?
Oh yeah, yeah. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now or
Breaking
not?
up a bit.
Breaking up. That's probably because I'm also
You might
streaming.
want to kill your video.
Yeah, I'll try that. Is this better?